Welcome, everybody, to the greatest show where I get to show off the greatest people and have way too much fun doing it. Today, my special guest is Victoria Bond. Hello, Victoria. Thank you so much for being here.
Hi, so exciting.
Yeah. And we're going to talk about mompreneur today and all the amazing things about that, around that. And one of the reasons that really popped for me with you is that you've always kind of inspired me. Like the way that you,
Oh,
yeah, the way so you're a mom and you have a partner and you have a business and you always have this sense from my perspective of like being on the creative edge, changing things up, going for things, and like your dreams are part of your priority, yet you're still this amazing mom. So can you just start to tell some of our audience members maybe anything about yourself or about what do you love about business and what do you love about being the mompreneur that you are?
yeah, of course. And I just love to say, I feel exactly the same way about you. So isn't it funny how life is a mirror, right? Like when I first met Cassy, I was just like, oh my God, look at you. Like, and isn't that funny? Because I didn't see that stuff in me. Like, so when I first met Cassy, it was on my mum's time to shine. It was a summit, and I asked her to come in to ask to interview you, and I learned so much about you and conscious parenting. So you actually superly inspired me. So I just want to say thank you and to honor you for that.
Thank you.
Before I say so yeah, it's been a massive journey, and basically I had a breakdown about 5 years ago. I was doing the hustle, I was doing the exhaustion, I was doing the how the hell do I do the parenting thing? These children won't sleep. I'm too scared to feed them. I want to have a business and be a person. They're not fulfilling me. Oh my God, I'm failing. And I had this basically like this breakdown. And then I was just like, there's only one person that can help you do this. And it's you, Victoria. So I sorted myself out. And the way I did that was I actually followed this little path called consciousness. And I literally decided that my parenting looked wrong to other people, but I wasn't going to make my kids be forced into a routine or eat certain foods or discipline them. I was this gentle mum who felt everything they were feeling. So I thought, okay, what type of mum and person do I want to be? And being the depressed mum who was over functioning, that badge was not sitting very well with me. It really didn't contribute. So what I did was I decided to follow the rabbit hole of consciousness and choose for myself. And thank God I did, because my husband has just retired from his electrician job. He's working with me in my business. I help other people to explode in their businesses, so holistic practitioners and mums and all these things. And the way I did that was by designing my life. So I can pick up my kids from school. I have baths with them every night. I am very laid back about homework and stuff, but I go, what would you like to do? And all while I'm creating my brand, my business, and helping people, I'm a psychic medium. So all these gifts started coming in when I chose consciousness. And I'm extremely intuitive. I didn't realize that I had all these capacities. And I think that's what my children taught me. So some
Mm.
of the things that Cassy taught me was very much like, let your children guide you. And I'm like, hang on a minute, what did you say? And some of the story, I just recently had you on my podcast as well, Cassy,
Yeah.
because it just blew my mind that some of the things you were telling me about, even though it was my summit, or that's the whole point of the summit was to learn, I was going, is this possible? And so I started playing. 3 years later, new home, new business. Hairdressing is completely gone. I was a hairdresser for 20 years. I'm now cutting out my, little clients, like my little one-to-ones, and it's just on this more massive, I suppose, mompreneur, like you said. It's very much exploding into the possibilities of what we're actually capable of, rather than playing so small.
Right. Wow. And it's interesting. Even I love that you brought up mom's time to shine because as a mom, we're supposed to play small, like from the rules of this reality. We're supposed to be, our kids are everything, and we're supposed to like go under them and support them. And how much more do they have of you now that you're not playing small? And how inspiring are you to your kids? I just can't imagine what they will choose in their life just by observing you choose so much. Can you talk about, you said design your life, and that was like, oh, I could perceive people perking up. Can you talk a little bit about designing your life?
Yeah. Things that I play with is I don't believe in barriers, but I believe in boundaries. And I know for myself, the boundaries for me of what I feel is aligned with me. If somebody is pushing my boundaries, the first thing I do is go, okay, Victoria, what do you require to look at within yourself? Because I believe everything's a mirror. But the other thing is, with my children, what I do is if they go, Mummy, we want to do this, we want to do this, we want to do this, then I go, okay, how does this fit for me? So I'm all about choosing myself first. And this is what I teach people, to always do the kingdom of themselves first, because that actually helps the kingdom of we, because the hustle and all that stuff is not working. So when I design my life, I go, how do I want that to look? So I wake up in the morning, I work out, I meditate, I pray, I do consciousness, whatever I desire. It changes every day. And then I give my children, we contribute to each other. We're a team. It's not a 5 and a 7. We're a team of beings. My husband's in there as well. The cat's in there. And we're just like, what would work for all of us? And if my son is like pushing my boundaries and pushing me, then I actually look at him and go, okay, what is going on here? Is this a mirror? What gift are you giving me right now? I get really, really curious. I'm not saying I don't get triggered. I have a human body. I'm going through a human experience. But it's really interesting. Can you still hear me? Because I think my earbuds have turned off.
Yeah, it went a little bit in and out, but I think it's good now.
Okay, cool. I'll take these off. Okay. So basically, what actually happens is I choose for me. So today I'm going to go to the beach and be with myself. I'm going to be all of me and design my business around my life. I show up when I choose to show up. And yesterday was a day I was meant to get a whole lot of stuff done, and I didn't, because I respect my cycle. I respect my flow. I respect what's happening in the world and how I feel. So I did what I wanted to do. And today I'm showing up 10 times more.
Yes. Wow. I love how the words you use, team of beings, and how much, and you were like, my kids and my husband, my cat, and is your business part of that team of beings? Yeah.
My business, I have changed it and changed it and changed it and changed it. And people go, now you're charging hundreds of dollars for a reading. And I just want to make clear, when I do a reading, being a psychic medium, I don't tell people what to do. I never tell people what to do. I show them possibilities. I can see within the aura, within their soul, and I can see things they can do. And I'm like, can they see this? They can't see it sometimes. So I just go, I show them how they can have access to that. And but now, it's not like for me to do that right now. It's like for me to reach millions of people in another type of way. So my business shows me the way. And my ego and my mind would say, but that's your bread and butter. You get 3 readings for $300. That's nearly $1,000 in a day. Who wouldn't do that? That's the human mind. But my brain says, what would contribute more to the world? For me being aligned, me showing up, me tapping into my possibilities, my capacities. And that doesn't mean by having to work and hustle. It means by aligning and following your energy.
Yeah. Thank you for that. The hustle energy is so interesting. I think I sense that a lot of women are still trying to prove that we can have a business, we can make money. And there's that hustle. For me, a hustle energy has that push, it has that force. And it's also how much of the hustle is the awareness of everyone's needs and trying to hustle to meet those needs. So you said that, that was kind of your focus. You had like a breakdown, I'm gonna air quotes, and then you started to get the awareness, like this just wasn't working. This wasn't gonna create for you. And then you went to the path of consciousness. What did you find it easy to give up the hustle, or did you have to work at it and kind of unentrain yourself?
Yeah, so I'm undoing my programming. Access consciousness, I didn't know what it was going to give me. And what it gave me was complete freedom to be me. So
Mm.
the tools just shifting. So I wake up in the morning, and what I do is I clean and I clear myself first. Meaning I go, what is my brain programming right now? And if I feel anything sticky or icky or judgmental stuff, I clean it up straight away. And I basically go, what is so right about this? What should I see? I got really curious about myself, and what I did is I made a commitment because I couldn't go any lower. I wanted to die. Like, I had this beautiful husband and beautiful children, beautiful business, and I was like, I still want to die. There's something not right, and the religion isn't doing it for me. I was brought up Catholic. This isn't doing it because it's full of wrongness. I make myself wrong anyway. So why the hell do I need someone else to tell me I'm wrong? So what I did was I followed that that rabbit hole. I followed it because I had nothing to lose. And I said to my husband, I'm committing to me. I'm doing me, and I will do whatever it takes, no matter what. Whether that meant the end of my relationship, whether that meant, I didn't care what it meant. And that's what it took, was that jump, but not just the jump, the massive leap of, I have no idea what I am or who I am, apart from my name is Victoria Bond, and I don't even know if that's my name. And I've got these two little things that look like me, and I have to feed them and look after them. I know what I have to do, and that's what I'll do. But I think I might need to go into a mental asylum, because this hologram that I'm living in makes no sense. It's like I woke up.
Mm.
And so, yes, I have had to keep going out of that deprogramming. I've had to do a lot of unsexy work. Things still pop up for me, and now I look at them and I go, thank you for showing me that shadow. Thank you. I bring all parts of myself in, because that's consciousness, not just trying to be the light worker who's the good girl who's all about
Mm.
love and light. It's about embracing all of you, and that's consciousness. Yeah, I still find myself jumping into hustle and then going, hold back. Okay, and I go get my bars run, and then I get Reiki, and then I talk to a friend, and as soon as I feel that judgment gone, I go, here I am.
Yeah. Wow. And that's just incredible. So since you let go of the hustle and you got curious about you, which I love that so much, like being curious about you, designing your life, you're in this space now where you're just creating massively with your business. Yeah. And I would love to know what keeps you inspired when you do have the mom stuff, right? You do have those days that your kid's sick, they're getting sick all over you. You gotta, like, what is your personal inspiration?
My personal inspiration is me. It makes me just want to cry when you say that, because this morning I woke up and I said, today I can be seen. Today I can make a difference. Today I'm choosing myself. Today I get to see a beautiful person called Cassy. And if not one person watched this or heard this, I know that by talking to Cassy, it's going to make such a big contribution and an energetic ripple. Like, I see beyond what the normal human brain sees. I see the impact. I see that the sales call that goes through or doesn't go through made the difference. I see people transforming in front of me. I see energy. I see entities. I see everything. And what gets me up is knowing that, I woke up this morning and went, hello, body. Oh my God, we get to play again. And today I'm feeling lots of energy. Oh, this could be lots of fun. So every day I get inspired by my children to be to love all of me, to be as conscious as I
Mm.
can, and to love myself even if I'm not, and to allow them to be the beauty that they truly are, and allow other people to see that. I don't mind if people judge me. I'm willing to have lots of money. I'm willing to drop everything. Like, I'm this room. I moved into this house 8 weeks ago, and it was a healing space that I designed. Now I'm not going to be doing that anymore. I'm that quick at changing my mind. And now I sell programs so people can expand their businesses. And I've got a mediumship program coming out, which is going to be amazing because that's about bringing consciousness and mediumship with no judgment, with consciousness. So, you know, all of these different types of things, what inspires me is making sure I am energetically aligned with myself, and everything else on the external falls into play. Absolutely everything else, because everything is me. That sounds a little bit woo-woo, but you know what I
mean. Well, absolutely. And that to me is really that energy of like having your reality, no matter what someone says, like having your reality and having you, really, like truly having you, no matter, and being willing to lose anything and everything. I think that was pretty key what you said. It's so beautiful. So, okay, this is actually, you really described an energy about you that I wanted to like bring to the people, was that willingness to change. You said like you just moved in here and you're willing to change things, like totally change things that quick. Is that like an innate quality that you have? Is that something that you had to try and see what happened before you dove in? How did that show up for you?
Yeah, it's a great question, and I think people need to hear this as well. If you've been called fickle, if you've been called kind of avant-garde or eccentric, if you've been called wishy-washy or blonde or dizzy and not so clever, like all these different things, that's how I've been described a lot of my life. Oh, Victoria this and Victoria that. And one day I just thought, if you all, like I literally thought, you know what? I actually am dynamic and I'm amazing. And what if I could use these capacities? I'm dyslexic. I can't hear lyrics and songs. I think completely differently to a lot of people because I've been in the spirit world. And then basically I'm just like, oh my God, I can change anything right now. So my prices can go from $50 this time last year, $50 readings to 500. And now I'm like, I don't know if I'm even going to do readings anymore. My programs go from 700 to 7,000, and I'm allowed to do that because anyone that can be in my vortex, anyone who can hear me or can receive me or is willing to contribute to me energetically, they see me, and I know that there is the best thing. So rather than trying to find people to fit in, people will find me. That's a capacity I have. But not only that, I was functioning completely the different way. You know, a hairdresser puts up their prices $2 every 2 years or something. And I'm like,
wow.
Hang on a minute. If my program's worth $3,000, why am I charging $300? I was getting the wrong people. So as I energetically align and grow and shift and expand, I'm bringing in new people, which means different prices, which means now this healing space is a computer room. Who would think I would have two computers? I'm not techie at all. Who would think I would do content and sell $1,000 programs, thousands of dollars worth of programs? No one, because it is not my abilities, but it doesn't matter. All I have to do is show up and choose and then change, adjust and reassess. That's all I ever do. And if people want that, I'm here. If they don't, sweet as, it's all good. So can change at any time. So I think I was living from conditioning before, to be honest. And I think now I do what I want. If it feels good, I can't fail. It's impossible to fail if it feels good. It's actually impossible.
That's so good. Absolutely. Okay, I have a few more questions, but I just want everyone to know, if you want any of what Victoria's talking about, if you'd like to know more about her, check out her programs. We're gonna have all her links in the description of this show, so please check her out, and receive what you know that you're here to receive from her, because you're just amazing. You're just incredible, and I'm so grateful to know you.
I just want to say, one of the things that really inspired me for my business programs, not business techie, but I know how to make money and choose. So what inspired me was all these access consciousness people. It's like they were missing something, you know, they couldn't see it. So I'm like, and I learned it. I learned from people like yourselves who I've like interviewed and said, how are you doing that, Cassy? How are you doing? I learned these things and I put together this like program so the practitioners can expand and have their own programs. And so that's actually Access Consciousness really inspired me. And all the people in my programs are actually either bars practitioners and facilitators, or after working with me for a couple of weeks, they go become bars practitioners and facilitators. It's hilarious.
Wow.
They all turn to Access Consciousness, and that's not the basis of my program. It's just the tools I use.
Yeah, that's incredible. Okay, so this is what I would love to hear. What looking at to word this in the way that's going to capture the most from you, it's the sense of like, what is it that you love about being a mompreneur?
That I have little beings that love me so unconditionally, that's how I love the world. So I love, and I think I may have learned this from you as well, Cassy, is that my children are such a big contribution to me. My son, for instance, when he's kind of playing up energetically, I go, "Oh, thank you, CJ," because he's literally showing me something in me that I need. I go, "Am I doing the hustle?" So I literally, and then I clean it up, and he's, "Mommy, I love you," and I'm like, "What? I didn't even talk to him. Like, this is mental. This actually works. Cassy actually was onto something." And my daughter is an angel, and I actually swear to God, she's actually an angel. She's 7 years old, and she's this vision of perfection, and she's just beauty. And she shows me everything that I can be and that I aspire to be. So I've got 2 children, and being their mother gives me so much. And I allow them to give to me. I'm not the typical mum. They go to sleep with me half the time. We're watching TV until 9 o'clock in the morning. I let them go to sleep when they want. If they don't want to eat all their dinner, I don't make them eat their broccoli. What if broccoli isn't that great for them? Like, so I just feel that way. Like, what if, ice cream for dinner isn't the worst possibility, or a smoothie? Like, I'm not saying that I'm completely irresponsible. I do guide them, but I do I love to inspire other mothers. So this is the truth. I love to inspire other mothers to be more, choose more, perceive more, and to commit to themselves, because that is how you're the best mother. These children don't need us. These children do not need us, apart from the feeding and the clothing. Their bodies do. We need them. They've come in to shift this reality. So if we could respect children like we do with adults, instead of saying, "Move out of the adult's way" at the supermarket, if we could respect them and say, "Excuse me, adult, can you move out of my child's way?" Like, why is everything's the opposite of this, how it's meant to be? So respecting our children, respecting ourselves, respecting our partners, it always comes back to you. If you're not respecting your children, you're not respecting yourself.
Wow.
That was a bit of a riff, but
no, that was amazing. Thank you. Yeah, what a dynamic conversation, and an invitation for moms or even dads, or people to really commit to you. I love that you brought that up, to commit to yourself, and how that gives so much to your kids, to your partner, and then that receiving is so beautiful, to actually receive from your kids. Because I don't know about you, but I used to walk around the world kind of like, "Will you receive me? Will you receive me? Will you receive me?" And a lot of no. And I started to make that as a wrongness of me. Like, why am I so wrong that someone won't receive me? And I was like that. I was the kid that just wanted to gift to everyone, and no one wanted to receive what I had to gift. And so to demand of myself to receive for my kids, really, I can see where that changes their world, and it changes mine, because they are these gifts to receive. Yeah. And I love also what you said about they don't need us. I think a lot of parents don't want to know that, but other than, yeah, those basic needs. So did you acknowledge that right away, or was that part of your transfer from like hustle?
Yeah, it was wonky. I loved birth. I loved giving birth. It was the most magical experience of my entire freaking life. I'm a little bit sad that I won't be doing it again. I know I've got a huge mission here on earth, and I had a choice, of course, and I chose not to. I saw the baby coming to me, and I had to sit there and look at this little girl like the spirit, and just go, I'm not choosing you. You're going to have another family, because this is my mission. And that's how I take it. That's what I'm choosing. And it didn't come easy. I ended up, like I said, depressed. I ended up begging for medication, but as it would happen, no one would give me any. I don't know what, but thank God that didn't happen. But at the end of the day, I just eased up, and when I did Mum's Time to Shine, I did it for the world. It cost me thousands of dollars to do it, to get a few emails. I didn't even know what I was doing. Oh my God! But I followed that rabbit hole, and I ended up like finding you. I didn't know who you were. Then there was like Sarah and Lale, and there was oh my God, like all of the access people, the certified facilitator. I didn't even know who anyone was. Like, what? I honestly didn't know who they were, and I learned so much. And when you said to me, Cassy, about the children, I'm like, holy shit, I think this is more for me. So I learned it, and I'm still learning it. And I thank God that I learned it while they're young, because the controlling thing, I felt like I couldn't control them, but I felt like I was meant to. And everyone told me, just give them a smack bum or discipline your child. And I said, I can't. I love him. He's beautiful. He's trying to tell me something because he's crying. So now I just ease up. And the more I ease up, the more I turn in and look at myself and choose myself. Oh, what do you know? It cleans itself up. What if there's no wrongness in all of this? And I honestly, I allowed myself to be selfish, to be honest. I have to be selfish. I don't pick up my kids every day from school. I'm going to go to the beach today and go get some laser. I get my hair done, I get facials, I work, and then I go and spend quality time with my children. And my husband he works in my business, but we co-parent. I'm not a full-time mum who wants to be a full-time mum. I am a mum who looks after her little beings, make sure they're okay, have baths with them every night. We call ourselves mermaids. And we have baths and we play, and we're like the same age, and we like lie together and watch kids movies, and I cry more than they do, and it's hilarious. But it's about the joy of it all, and they love me because I see them, not a child. And I know my boundaries, because if they're pushing me too far, I go, this isn't okay with me. So I'm just letting you know, if you keep doing this, then I'm going to have to do something about it. And I really don't like disciplining you. So can you just hear me?
I'm the same. I'm like, don't make me discipline you.
Yeah,
I don't wanna.
It's too hard. It's too hard being in control. I don't like it. And when I see other people controlling other people, I'm just like, now I'm conscious enough to go, sweet as, they're all choosing it. But to be honest, I used to be a real control freak, and it used to upset me. But then I realized, oh, this is also another shadow that I require to look at within myself.
Oh, it's so beautiful. I feel like I could talk to you forever. But we're gonna leap into our game. But I wanted to give you one moment. If there's anything else that you want to say to any moms, any mompreneurs, anyone like just, wanting to have a little bit more of this, is there anything else that you would say to them?
Say, what I find with my programs is I have a program called Release Your Blocks. And the funny thing about that is there are no fucking blocks. Sorry, I swear. I swear a lot. There are no blocks.
I like swearing.
And I don't tell them until the end of the course. And I go, there's no blocks, right? And they're just like, what? But the funny thing is I teach them all the tools to change their life. And I teach them what they think, they need to know. But and I'm doing a whole lot of stuff behind the scenes. But what I want to say is whether somebody does one program, like they watch this one video with us, or whether they do a whole lot of programs, a whole lot of, work, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because you can choose, you can change if you allow yourself to be guided, and know that your purpose isn't having the successful business. It isn't doing this or doing this or doing this. That may come, but being successful is about aligning with your purpose, which means showing up, choosing you, committing to yourself, opening your heart, and knowing that you're going to commit to yourself. That is actually your purpose. So while I can help people with all the different things like you do as well, Cassy, I can't tell someone what to do. I can show them the easiest path of least resistance. But as long as you're choosing you, it doesn't matter. You can be a stay-at-home mum and just be loving it, like loving it. Like that may be your purpose, and money will come in different ways. Or you could be like me, I'm not meant to have another baby. I'm not meant to have another baby and be a full-time mum and work. I am a mum who allows everything to flow. I am a mum who goes away and has a night in a motel by herself. I did that last weekend. Who does that? I did that. I drank champagne on the beach and got room service all weekend. My husband's like, "Oh, I love you. I know it's our anniversary, but I'll see you tomorrow." It makes no sense, and life doesn't have to make sense. If you're following your heart, you can't fail. Let your children guide you, and if they're going through pain, allow them to be, allow them to talk, allow them, cuddle them, and look at yourself if they're triggering you, because it's never them. Clean up your own mess without guilt, because guilt isn't real and neither is fear. Come from love, shed love on your shadows, and don't be in judgment of yourself. Go get your bars run.
Yeah.
And ask yourself questions. What can I do today? What can I do today that would bring me so much joy and be a contribution to the world? And then just walk out the door and take yourself wherever you go.
Oh, I love it.
Pretty random advice, but that's literally the advice. If I had 1 minute on the earth, that's what I would say.
Yeah. I think that is great advice. I'm so grateful. Wow. Are you ready to play?
I am ready.
Yes.
I want to see if I can put my headphones in so I can hear properly.
Okay.
Oh, actually, no, I think I'll be all right. I don't want to mess with technology.
So I'll explain the game to the viewers. So this game is called Satisfy. This is how the game works. There are going to be 4 categories, and Victoria is going to choose one of them. Once it's chosen, we'll take turns adding different aspects of life and living by coming up with one-word answers to give the energy of this area of life. We only have 1 minute to rapid fire back and forth one-word answers. If we get stuck and don't have an answer,
Okay, there we go. Sorry, I just had to pause my my podcast started going in the background.
Oh,
so I was like, what is that?
Like, I want to play.
Okay. Cool. So there's four categories.
Yep. You're going to choose one, and then we have 1 minute to rapid fire back one-word answers. Twa, do we have 6 words for the bottom? I'm talking to my producer. Sorry. Thumbs up, thumbs down. I don't know if we did that. Thumbs up. Okay, so at the bottom of the screen, there's going to be 6 kind of like rescue answers. So if you can't think of something to fit in the category, you could pull one of those and use it. Okay? And then we'll play.
If I can't think of an answer, I just pull one of those.
You just use one of those. It's like a cheat.
Okay, I may need that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's see the category. Bam, bam. Business time, self-care, or creation plus ship.
Oh, this is good ones. This is really good ones. Okay, cool. So do I get to choose first?
You do.
Oh, so do I try and touch one?
No, I wish you could. You just say, just tell us.
Okay, I'm going to choose self-care.
Okay. So we are going to list as many different possible ways of what self-care could look like. And we have 1 minute. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. You're going to say the first word. Ready, get set, go. So you can choose one of those or just anything. Oh, whipped cream. Sex.
Am I still
Choose anything. It could be from your own head.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Makeup.
Massages. Walking with the earth.
Hair dressing. Like, isn't getting your hair done.
Ooh, bed lingering.
Food.
Romantic comedies. I don't even know where that came from. Human hamster ball.
What is that?
That was one of the answers below. My producer shows. That's so good. Even hamster balls, like one of those big blow up things. There's our time, and you can like run inside of it. I've always wanted one of those. I'm gonna get one.
That's cool.
Yeah. Okay, let's do one more topic. Can we see the categories again, please? So you can pick again if you want.
You can pick. I'll contribute to you.
Okay, let's do business time.
Cool.
So we're gonna list as many things that we can to add to or expand businesses. Okay. Timer. Go. So I'll start. Staff.
Social media.
Energy. Oh, I didn't hear that. Can you say that one again?
Children.
You just nailed it so good. Money.
Entities.
Choice.
Website.
Connectors.
Oh, that's good. I want to say food again. I'm not even hungry, but food can definitely enhance your business. You got business meetings, you know, like it makes you happy. It gives you
delicious food. Someone needs to have some delicious food that's watching right now. Oh, that was so good. That was so fun.
Yeah, that was cool. I wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I told you. Awesome. Well, thank you again for being on the show. And I just adore you. I highly recommend anyone checking out some of your content and all the stuff that is available to them to choose with you. You truly are a gift.
Cassy. This has been so much
you.
fun. I don't want it to end. Yeah. Thank you everyone for watching. This is so cool. I'm going to watch this like every week. Like this is like the best show ever. The greatest show ever.
The greatest.
Thank you for all the magic that you do, Cassy.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye.